Hey YouTube, it's Cherise here. It's currently 5:34 a.m. on June 1st, second video of the day. I just did one about how to do a wash and go without gel and still get definition and shine, but soft to the touch and no gel wash and go, and what kind of products I would suggest you use if you want to achieve a look like this. And the white residue will go away once it dries. You guys know the deal with low porosity natural hair. So this is my no gel wash and go that I'm going to be wearing today. Anyways, this video is going to be about a technique I used yesterday to help make my makeup summer proof. And I've done it a couple times, but I didn't really realize how well it worked until yesterday. How it made my makeup last so much longer, and I didn't use a primer either. So first of all, for the summer, I highly recommend just doing powder only foundation, which I have several videos on that, and some powders I recommend for that. From the drugstore, you can use like a combination of multiple powders to achieve the coverage you want. So from the drugstore, I like to use the L'Oreal True Match powder, the Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing powders, or the regular pressed powders. Those are really the two only powders from the drugstore that I know work really good for just powder only foundation. From higher end, I recommend using the Makeup Forever Duo Matte Powder, the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Powder Foundation, the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Powder Foundation. Also, I just watched a video from the Mind Catcher about the NYX Full Coverage Powder Foundation, which I've been trying to buy, but I need to order it online because, you know, at Ulta they don't ever have my shade, which would be Cocoa, the darkest one. So, you know, you can do powder only, and if you live in a hot climate like I do, I live in South Carolina, if you live in Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, you know, down here, you know that wearing actual, like, liquid foundations and stuff and concealers and all that, usually it's going to sweat off. If you're actually going to be outside, it's going to melt off. So I'm going to show you how you can still wear something actually on the skin, but not have it melt off even though it's hot. A technique I learned to help prevent it from melting off and sweating off. So you're going to need a beauty blender for this technique, because the beauty blender is basically the sole tool that I use. And let me make sure I have one that is damp. No, I need to go wet it real quick, but I'm going to use my black beauty blender. My favorite one, the black one. All right, I've got that damp. And then you want to choose two powders, which you guys have seen me use this technique all the time for highlighting and contouring. Choose two powders, one that's close to your skin tone, a little bit darker, and one that is going to be like more of a highlighting powder. So the two I'm going to use are the two that I used yesterday, which are my Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powders. And I have two different colors. I have creamy beige, creamy bronze finish, which you can see is lighter than my skin tone. Can you? Here we go. Actually, let's do this. There we go. This is creamy bronze finish, which is lighter than my skin tone. These run $6.99 at drugstores. I got mine at Walmart, I believe. They also have them at Kmart. So that's creamy bronze finish. This is going to be my highlighting powder. And for the rest of my face, for the majority of my face, I'm going to be using milk chocolate finish, which looks like this, which is closer to my actual skin tone. And in the summer when I get really dark, it's dead on to my skin tone. It's perfect. So those are my two powders I'm going to use. Next, you're going to need your actual liquid if you're going to wear liquid. So yesterday I wore the NARS Skin Tint, but today I'm going to wear something from the drugstore. I'm going to keep it kind of drugstore. So I'm going to wear one of my Neutrogena foundations, which I think I've emptied one. My favorite one, I think I emptied it. I don't think, yeah, there's hardly any left in here, but my favorite one from the Neutrogena line is the Skin Clearing Oil-Free Makeup, which y'all can see. You see how you can see through it in there? It's basically empty. I see a tiny bit at the bottom, but for time's sake, because it's now 5:40 and I have to be at work at 7 a.m., we're going to use one that's kind of full. So I'm going to go in with the Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup, and this has SPF Broad Spectrum 20. This is an antioxidant blend, so it's just supposed to help out your skin. Which, oh, it's June. I said I was going to stop with that. And of course, a list of products will be below. I'm not going to do links, but I will name the products below because it's June now, and I promised you guys that in June I would list my products below, and I will hold to my word. So we're going to use the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup in the shade 135 Chestnut today. And let me just set up my mirror real quick. There we go. And the only thing I have on my skin is the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. And all my little bumps are starting to heal, which makes me happy because I was having like a strange breakout. So we're going to pour this on the back of the hand. It is very liquidy, as you can see, hopefully. And you're going to take your beauty blender to apply this to the face. And you're just going to dab it in the skin. And as you can see, this is basically a perfect color match for me right now. But it does oxidize a little bit. That's okay. So just dab this in all over. And if you would like to use a primer, go ahead, but I don't know, my skin and primers just haven't been getting along lately. But I guess the Nivea Men's Sensitive Skin Post Shave Balm was kind of my primer and moisturizer for today. I really like it as moisturizer, honestly. Alright, so that is that much, but I still need to cover my forehead. We're going to see if we can just kind of spread it out onto the forehead because I don't really need that much coverage up there. I kind of don't want to add any more product. So you want to choose a foundation that is lightweight on the skin. I chose one that has skincare benefits to it, but it is very lightweight, and you only want to use one layer. You don't want to use too much. So I'm not going to add any more product. It's a medium coverage, medium full coverage. Yeah, I really can't see too many of my imperfections on my cheeks where I applied the most product. And I'm kind of just spreading the rest out all over the rest of my face. And I'm making sure to really press this into the skin, really blend it into the skin. Yeah, I really like the finish of this. I haven't worn this one in a while. Alright. So after you do that, that's step one. Maybe step two if you choose to wear a primer. And this is like my drugstore version because I have a foundation that will not go anywhere in the summer, but it's from Becca. And I made a video about it called The Best Foundation Ever for Oily Skin. But if you want a drugstore option, or if you just want to use up your makeup like me, like I hate wasting makeup. I hate letting it expire, so I like to use up what I have. Alright. So you can see this has like a satin kind of finish to it. It's not super dewy, it's not super matte. I try to get the lighting right. I feel like it's a little powerful. Yeah, back here we can see the true color. So that's what it's looking like. Alright, so now what you're going to do is take your two corresponding powders. I like to start with the non-highlighting powder first. So I'm going to start with the milk chocolate finish, the one that is closer to my skin tone. And you're going to use your beauty blender to apply it. And let me tell you, this makes such a world of difference. You're going to get a flawless smooth finish. And by pressing the powder into the skin with the beauty blender, it really locks and sets any liquid or cream that you have on your face. So I use the bottom again for the darker powder, the powder that's closer to my skin tone, and I literally just press it into my skin just like I did the foundation. Even more aggressively because I really want to lock in this liquid and prevent it from going anywhere. So really press that powder into the skin. I also feel like this is kind of a fast way to do your foundation. Like, it doesn't really take that long because excuse me, I have like the hiccups slash I need to burp. Or it might be TMI. I feel like this is faster because you're using one tool. I had everything kind of laid out already. I chose my 2 powders, chose what liquid foundation I was going to wear. And as you can see, I'm kind of avoiding the under eye area. I'm getting close, but not all the way up under there because that's where our highlighting powders are going to go. So basically you're applying this just like you would kind of highlight and contour. And literally I'm just rubbing it into the powder. And as you can see, it goes right on the beauty blender. So I'm really making sure to focus on my forehead and my cheeks with this darker powder. And the temple area. And I'm kind of going to go down on my forehead too, even though I do highlight that area. But I think this is a really, really great technique for oily skin because this really does help. It made my makeup lasted all day yesterday for the time I was awake. And usually with the NARS, I need to like touch up, but I didn't really need to touch up at all yesterday. And I was in the heat, and it was hot yesterday here. It actually felt like summer for like the first time since we've been out of school, which has been almost a month. All right, so you're gonna make sure that you. What is this? I didn't just say anything. Yeah, I am seeing things. Thought I had a little black spot on me. I was like, oh no, what is that? Okay. So we've got basically the rest of the face set. And to do the highlighting, you're gonna go into your other powder. So I'm going into Creamy Bronze Finish, and I'm gonna use the pointed side. So you can see that side to apply this. And in the same fashion, you're gonna press this into the skin. Press it in all places that you want to highlight. And I recommend doing it quite heavily as I'm doing, if you really want to snatch the face up. So yeah, I used this technique yesterday and it looks so good. Like my skin looks so good. And also, if you see that my face is looking kind of ashy and dull, it's because this foundation does have sunscreen in it, so I'm looking a little ghostly. That's okay. Even though I work indoors. But I do plan to run some errands today. And I'm also going to set my eyelids and my eyebrow. There we go. With this lighter powder. I'm just not going to go as heavy as under my eye. Alright. And then, like I said, I like to do my forehead right at the base. Right in here. With the highlighting powder. And something else I like to do is to like reverse contour. Oh gosh, didn't mean for it to do all that. Just to go right under here, like so. Make a nice line. Stopping at the corner of the mouth. I think I saw Carly Bible do this, and I was like, oh, that's really smart to go all the way to the corner of the mouth. But because I'm not going to do any actual like highlighting or contouring with any creams or powders, this is it. This kind of takes care of that by using her technique. You know what I haven't seen on YouTube in a while that I really like? Nicole Guerrero. I have not seen her post a video in a while. I hope she's okay. I know she was moving to a new house and all. Sounds like I know her in person. Just from what she said on her channel. Alright, so you can see that we kind of have the same effect as if we did like a liquid highlight and contour. I'm going to do my nose now, and I put it just on the very tip to do the nose. Down the bridge of the nose. Do, 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 do. As you can see, I look crazy. And then what I like to do is I don't let this like sit for too long, so I'm just going to use whatever's left over on here and go on my forehead a little bit more. And then I go to the part where we use the darker powder, and I literally go over all of this to really blend it and press it into the skin further. And I'm using the darker side so that it blends in more with my skin tone and isn't as crazy looking, because we don't want to be looking crazy. So I'm just working those patterns into the skin. And by doing this, I'm also knocking off the excess at the same time. It's just going to fall off. Boy, on the sides of the nose. The nose is the one place I do want it to kind of bake a little bit. You can see how the side blended out even better than the side. I always have one side that gives me more trouble. But to fix that, I'll show you what I do. So after this, if you feel like you've let it cook too long, if it sat there too long, and you have distinct lines, which I do kind of have, all you have to do is take a brush that may be used for powder the other day or something, but you just want to go ahead and buff over the skin. Don't add any product to it. If it has leftover product on it, that's okay. You're just going to buff over the skin, buff over those lines where your highlight and contour areas meet, just to soften everything up. And to knock off any excess powder that you didn't already knock off with your beauty blender. I can still kind of see, you can still see like where that contour is and kind of that line, but I like it to be pretty sharp for the look I'm going for today because it's really simple and really easy. Alright, so basically now my foundation is done, and that's one of the foundation techniques I will be using this summer when I want more coverage. And I wish you guys could see how smooth my face looks. The lights are a little bit too bright, so I'm going to turn them away a little bit. There we go. And I'm still highlighted, and I still have a contour. But it's very natural, it's very fast, and an effective way to get the highlighted and contoured look without using a bunch of creams and liquids and concealers and powders, different powders and foundations. 2 powders, 1 foundation, and you're done. And of course you can go ahead and add your highlight and your blush, which I'm going to do, but that's going to be in a separate video because I'm going to show you guys my updated everyday routine that I've been going for, my lazy routine, I guess, my lazy makeup routine. So that is the foundation technique that I've been using. Let me know what you think about it. Hopefully you guys can still see the contour, the highlight, you know, how I still have dimension to the face. And like I said, it is locked in there, and with this technique it's basically like transfer proof as well because you were pressing that powder into the skin all over the face. And if you're wondering, does it look cakey? No, I look super smooth, and I think it's because I moisturize really well. So if you're not going to use a primer, I think with this you don't want to dry your skin out too much. So, well, if you use a liquid foundation, that's going to add some like moisture to the skin, but you don't want your skin to be too dry to do this, because if you do, then it's going to end up looking cakey. But my skin looks really smooth. It doesn't look cakey at all. I'm looking in the mirror. Wish you guys could see. Here we go. Turn the lights away even more. My skin just looks really, really, really smooth. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, it's 5:55, so I need to finish up my makeup, get dressed, and pack my lunch and my snacks for the day. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, YouTube. Comment below what you want to see next, and let me know what you think of this technique. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Happy June.